Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Sporia Campaign. Last time, we conquered a vast swath of territory over in the Vestulia region from our Germanic neighbors, a group of 4 tribes who we fought valiantly and rather self-destructively against with a little help from Nuria. This resulted in the conquest of the Vestulia and Venetia Inferior provinces, as well as a few parts of some other provinces around there, and a whole lot of new problems. Now, you may notice that the in-game date is a little further along than you may remember. That's because I actually recorded part of this episode, and I made it up until like April of 4:55, and then my computer just crashed, and it was a complete computer freeze. I couldn't recover from it. I had to restart my computer manually, and it resulted in the loss of that footage, which is a shame, but not too much actually happened in that time, and I'll quickly summarize what did happen. I sent the migrators headed for Ravakia further north to get me some new territory up in the Transribonia province, just to try to further bolster my my Venetian Levy strength, which has not really worked, and I'm a little bewildered by the shifting Levy strength. I just don't really understand how this calculation is made, and it's really putting me in quite a perilous position. As I mentioned in the opening here, Nuria has broken their alliance with me in the footage that was lost. I'm trying to get things back under control, but because my AE is over 50, everyone around me is, really everyone who knows me is going to have a massive opinion loss, and we want to get our AE under 50 as soon as possible. We're working on it, and we do have a fairly good character as the Arbiter, and our Tyranny is helping out a little bit too. But what I was actually planning to do as I was building up my PI was probably consider doing a law change, though with my current stability situation, I was definitely a little hesitant to spend stability unless I was getting something extremely good. Something else I did as well in the lost footage was I reorganized my capital and fort locations, but I made some plans around where some future provincial capitals may be, such as in the Subcarpathia province. I'm probably going to make Solitarium the capital, because I'll own this territory as well, as I'm not going to own Dacian territory for a while, so it'll still block off this passageway. And over in the Kiscarpathia province, I'm probably going to make Lecrotiana the capital, as again, I don't plan to go into Boyhamam or Germania Magna for quite a while, so this will be a good spot for it with where it covers. Which led to me deciding to make Fola the capital in Vestulia and start fortifying it. I also destroyed some of the extra forts. I also revoked free hands from my southern governor, Saula. She's still loyal, though it's a close call, and I'm trying to get away with reducing the cost of my wage increases, which I've reduced down to normal wages, just to get my economy under control. Things are pretty grim, and I really need to go to war to make more money from selling off nobles, but I just can't with the current AE situation, at least without any clear ways around that. So I'm kind of in a bit of a tough spot right now. Mainly, my goal at the moment is just to damage control the expansion from last episode. And one thing I want to do as well is try to find a way to set up a migration with some of the people in the Vestulia province, and I perhaps move them further north, but maybe just resettle them here just to convert them, because into Vestulia requires Weira conversion in the Vestulia province. Yeah, so that's basically where things are right now. It's a pretty tough spot. I've also, for my Omen, which just happened one day before the autosave was, I went for Sirna for the tribesman happiness, as most of my people are tribes, and the slave happiness only affects provincial loyalty. It doesn't affect the their output as slaves. So I've done that. I will switch away Zajinkos over to... In fact, I should probably do this now. 15 stability to get plus 0.02 stability is a admittedly quite narrow switch, and I know I could switch into these Twistic gods. I'd rather avoid that. I'd rather stay fully Weira to keep my my Pantheon complete, so that the Weira pops have more happiness. I think that's important. So I think I should probably do this. But should I do it right now? I'm not entirely sure. Let me wait. This is a good change long term, but in the short term, it may not be justifiable. I'm also hoping that this doesn't crash again, because I don't want to lose even more footage. Anyways, you sort of, hopefully you feel caught up with what happened. But let us actually take a look at our laws here and see if I do want to use my stability for anything over here. Anything dealing with AE, because that could actually be quite worth considering. Tribesman output could be quite worth it. National tax as well. Okay. I don't think there's anything over here that I would want to spend the PI on. So let me just save my PI for now. Alright. Just down to 36. Alright, that's great. Yeah, I don't know what caused the computer crash. It completely froze. Weirdly, I could still move my mouse around in my main screen, but I couldn't interact with OBS and stop the recording to save the footage. The way OBS works, I think I mentioned this before. I've actually had crashes like this before. OBS records in a file format that it then converts to like MP4 or MP3? MP4, I think. But until it converts it, the file format is like encoded in a weird way, so it can't be opened by media player or anything else. All right. I might. There is an argument for doing something a little strange here. I might actually purposely increase my tyranny right now. Let's think about the trade-offs here. Tyranny is going to reduce provincial loyalty, which I think I have under control. Loyalty of characters, which may be a problem. But it does improve slave output, and more importantly, improves AE change reduction. If I were to give myself more tyranny, because at the moment, the most dangerous thing for me is my AE being over 50. I just need the AE to go below 50. Now, I normally rage against my tyranny accumulation, but I might actually want to strategically increase it. And there may be some ways in which doing so could have a side effect that's good. For example, she has no popularity. Okay. Do I have anyone that actually has popularity in my entire country? Yeah, the clan chiefs. I could smear the clan chiefs. To get tyranny quick. Once I do this, though, I'm kind of stuck with it, so I have to be ready to commit to this action, this course of action. It's not a huge change in AE, but it would help out a little bit. This feels, if I do this, I'm really gonna have to be stuck with the outcome. And if I can just get away with getting down to 50 tyranny without doing this, that would be better. Here's the thing. I'm gonna not do it. I'm gonna acknowledge that I could do it and that it would be strategically probably the right thing to do. But the main reason I'm not gonna do it is that Nuria has a truce with me because they broke the alliance, and they also don't have a claim on me. They only have a claim on Bodinia. If Nuria had a claim on me and didn't have a truce with me, I think I'd do this and I'd try to speedrun the AE loss. But for now, I think we'll leave it alone. Also, because my stability is declining anyways, I should probably actually spend it on something so I get more trend. That's probably how I should approach this. So let me actually wait until I have 35 PI, and then probably do a law change, because I don't think I have enough population to do a migration right now. Let's see. Nuria has a claim on me, okay. That is not what I wanted to see. Now, they do still have a truce with me, and I don't think Nuria is going to break their truce. So we've got 5 years until we have to deal with this. I need 1 more month. Rounded down. All right. Population-wise, can we do anything? What am I going to want to do here? I can do a... Now, I can do an inefficient migration without all the pops. I can do one with just, like, a few pops. Just for the goal of starting to... get more people in Vestulia switched over so I can progress my mission. Although this won't actually do too much. Ooh, this could be quite good. Perhaps getting a migration to get Vestulia Inferior, the control of Vestulia Inferiors. I can get 15 pops in Olnish assimilated right away. Currently, there's no one there, but I could do some... I could get a lot of... Okay. Getting more Sporic Tribesmen is mainly going to be good for unlocking more migration options, so I think I do want to actually go for that. I'm glad I looked at this. You also get 2 free Sporic Tribesmen. This is really good. I think I need this to get my levy strength up. Okay, so I'm going to need to... So, ironically, I have to do a migration to then unlock the migration options from this, because doing regular colonization is just not going to be feasible. In TI, colonization costs 500 manpower, as well as having all the other requirements, so it's just really not in the cards at the moment. So, because I'm going to do at least 1 migration, and possibly then a chain into a second migration right after. Because the thing, too, is that this is still population I may want to get down here. It's hard to say. Let's see here. I need to own the entire province. Okay, so that's... How much... So I'll need 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12... I need 13 migrator units, which is... almost a full min-max migration anyway, so I need to get 13 migrator units up and running somehow. Do I have the money to even do this right now? I think I just gotta go for it. I have to do something here. We're in a tough spot. And, yeah, I guess, okay, one thing at a time here. Let's look ahead and see if I want to spend my PI and my stab on one of these. Getting barter economy statutes could be good for the commerce. It would actually be quite good for the commerce, I'm not going to lie. And we're also going to get more resources by doing this move, so we're going to get even more commerce out of it. Alternatively, why am I clicking on every button? That's not the right button. Here it is. We could also go for one of these. I do have a lot of Germanic pops right now, and that could actually be quite useful. Alright, that's an option. Although it'd mainly be giving me more tax and manpower. I think I want to focus on commerce right now. Tribesman output would also be very, very good. I think I'd prefer that over national tax because I care about the manpower quite a bit. Ooh, pop assimilation speed plus 30% would be super good. Though again, with my migration strats, maybe I don't need that. Honor in battle would be really nice to get, though for war purposes, not for economic purposes, obviously. I think I probably... I think I may want to grab barter economy statutes. This is a big economic boost for me right now, and I need the gold. I think I do go for this next month, which means for now I can do. Let me get my 13 migrators up and running. All right, let's figure out how to do this. Okay, so we're gonna need to bring we're gonna need to consolidate everyone. I'd like to bring the migrators from. Oh yeah, you know what? I can. So if I'm doing 13. I would need... What's migration again? Is it just a dominant religion, which I think is just simple majority? Sometimes it seems to even be when it's the same. Let's get 6 German tribesmen and move them into my territory to work with them to form the non... Yeah, so we're going to empty the Germans out of Vestulia while we do this migration to kind of kill 3 birds with 1 stone. I think it's 3. So let's move them in, and let's move them towards... Where should I do it out of, is the question. From as far south as possible would be great. Let's do Trikili, I guess. Yeah, because it borders this. Okay, so into Trikili, let's bring over... What does Trikili... It currently has 1 Spork slave. Okay, I can turn these guys into tribesmen, that's perfect. Let me also focus on bringing over slaves, I think, over tribesmen. If I can. So, Vorita. Let's bring over you. And then you only have one. So into Varket. Let's bring over Ugarna. Where's Ugarna? There it is. Let's bring over the Ugarna slave. Alright, Gorodeva has a lot of people there. Yeah. Bring over the slave and bring over two of the tribesmen. And then I guess there's a freeman there as well. And how many do we have now? We've got 4 we could move, which means we've got a total of 6. I think that should be enough. Move over from... I also have limited money right now. I need to be careful. Move over from Varket, the slaves, and 2 of the tribesmen. Okay. Now we've got... we've got 6 non-sporks and 1 spork. So now we need to bring over 6 sporks from somewhere. I'm not sure where we're going to find all of them, but we got to do it. All right. Any extra sporks when I come over? I could bring one over from Bostor. I guess I have to make Bostor Vandalic for now. That'll be fine. This is more important. From Kire as well. And I guess I can bring over the slave as well from Kire. And that's it for this area. What about down here? Okay. Banava can send a spork north. Send him into Mavar. And then into Trakili from Mavar. Send the slave over, actually. Okay. Now we're at 5 sporics. I think we need 1 or 2 more sporics. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see here. Any extra sporics? Want to join my migration? Okay, I'm going to send over the spork slave from Ravakia as well into Bostor. And then is this enough? From Bostor. Okay, no. Wait, I need the dominant religion to be Wera. That's right, that's right. Okay. I need 1 more Wera of something. Let's move over the Wera Spork tribesmen from... just to save money. We're almost out of money now from Ravakia. You can see, by the way, how important the 20% reduction in tribesmen and slave move cost has been because of how I'm using pop movements to set up migrations. This is why I chose Sporia over other people, because some other tags in this game in TI actually do have really, really good heritages for this challenge, but I realized how powerful, because this is like a silent workhorse kind of bonus. It doesn't seem that good, but once you actually implement it into the strategy the way that I'm doing, it makes a huge difference. All right. Here's our 13 migrators. Oh, I need 1 more to resettle in Trakili. That's right. Let me just do that now. Okay, here we go. I can move it from Oceoia Orientalis. All right, glad I remembered that. Okay, from Bostor. Okay, there we go. 14 migrators. Here we go. And then resettle. Okay. Now this should be sufficient. Let's send them all to the correct destinations. One, 2. And then 1, 2, 3. Another thing I can do is if I think Nuria is about to attack me, I could raise up. I could kind of self-destruct my land, Scorched Earth style, to consolidate everyone, and then raise up a giant migrator horde to protect my tag as like an absolute last resort. But it's going to be hard to recover from that, so I don't really want to. Ooh, okay, we got Etrurian spread of ideas. Very nice. Okay. We can now do this, and I think I probably do want to get my stability trending back up. May as well. And I think, all things considered, it is worth doing to switch over to this, because I'm not going to probably ever focus on this because my Civ max is so low. Let's go ahead and grab barter economy statutes. Domestic trade is a subjective matter. As long as all parties are content with the deal, then we see no reason to step in. Nonetheless, we should legislate for a system of good practice when engaged in bartered trades. Such agreements are notoriously difficult to tax, however. All right, 26 stability, youch, but we are at least holding at negative 100 centralization. That's why I got this after getting local dynasties, as well as it just being much better. But economically, ooh, almost at 5. That's pretty good. I could reduce fort garrison, and you know, honestly, I'm going to. I'm saving every cost that I can possibly think of here. No time to waste. There's an argument that switching over to free trade for that export value is more important than the 5% commerce. Let's actually test this, so because I can probably get the dates again. So I'm at 504. Let's go ahead and cancel these. Actually, you know what? I can get away with keeping them as long as I don't touch it, so I think we can get away with this. 569, okay. And I think I can keep the dates coming in until I mess with this. I'll just be over. Maybe on the monthly ticket it'll remove them. If so, I will deal with it then. But yeah, I think that's the right call. We've increased in rank. We're now a major power country. Okay. I guess I should have noticed we'd be going that direction. We can now guarantee other countries. We can still have alliances, all right? Other than that, nothing else. Oh, the dip range increase could be good or bad. Oh, that doesn't pause it? Okay. Huh? Oh, from being a major power. That's funny. Well, I guess I'll get the dates back. I'll trade with Egypt again. Okay. More people want my stuff now. There we go. Okay. Now, I want to click this button. I can actually do 2 of them. Ah. Well, I'll grab this now, actually. And then this one here. Let me first move as many non-spork pops into Olnish as possible with my current money. All these local non-sporks I'm going to move over. That's it. That's all I can do. I'm going to wait 1 month, and then I'm going to get the maximum value out of this to set up for another migration. Okay. Looking good. Give it a tick. Manpower max increased quite a bit. Okay. The Mant Will Titan clan. A growing strength and influence of our tribe should vouch for the stronger sense of unity and purpose among our tribesmen, but unlike city dwellers, we're not city dwellers in this campaign, and the more civilized people, our tribe is less willing to translate this sense of purpose into blind loyalty. Some feel that the old clan can no longer speak for them and that they could cater to a too limited group of interests. Among these dissenters are the Mantwilte Titan clan has been growing in power and influence. By now, it is only a matter of time before one of their members is granted a place on the council. Okay. Alright, so let me deal with this now. Let's see. I don't really want to move any of these people around. Anyone new? who has traits. Yes, but not from the new clan. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah. I need to deal with this. Major power. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, well, this... At +2 yearly, to 33, we're not going to get there soon enough. I do have to do something about this, unfortunately. I could really use a granary raid. Can we do a false flag granary raid on Saule? How much money does my chief have? I could go into debt for this. I could try to befriend her in the next 21 months. Okay, fine. I just have to eat the cost. Corruption, I just have to, corruption will have to be what it is for now. Okay, let me go ahead and continue consolidating into Olnish. So what was it, 15, up to 15 pops? I guess it isn't always exactly 15, but let me remove 15 in, or move in so that there are 15, just to be thorough. Okay, that's all I can do. That's enough. Let's do this. Then more people appear in where? Octavium. Or Octavum. Where is Octavum? Where is Octavum? Hold on. Wait, that's the music player. Oh. Let me find a location. Hold on. F? No. Hegemony? Interesting. Where... Hold on. Where is Octavum? I don't recognize that name at all. Is it in this province somewhere? Octavum. Oh, it's over here? Okay, I guess that's fine. Let's do it. Now we can grab this. Oh, lose 2 AE, 2.5 AE immediately? Yes, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. They actually all did become Sporic. That's pretty good. Alright. Now, the issue is I don't have any money to do fancy migration micro. We are... Oh my gosh, okay. I think it's fair to say that it's updated on the Levy strength now. I don't love it being under her, but now that she's got free hands, I will, you know, deal with it. And this will raise under my main general. It just gives her power base. I guess when it's not raised, when it's raised, it may give him power base, so I think we're okay. Alright, well, let me go ahead and I guess... Do I actually want to spend manpower to colonize it like this? It doesn't give me a free tribesman in this game, does it? It just moves it over. I think I'd rather do a migration, though not here, because it... Or, not there, because that's not where people are. I can do it here in Olnish. Oh, I can't because the dominant culture isn't Sporic. But it... Huh? It is Sporic. Or maybe it needs to update. Let's give it a day. Maybe give it a month. Let's give it a month. Our people want my stuff. That's good. Yes. Yes! Look at this economy. Oh my gosh. We're getting away with it somehow. I don't know, by the way, why I'm so bathed in shadow in this recording. Like, all my lights are on. Ooh, a loyal subject. Our ruler's efforts to influence Migla, Min Botaite are well underway. In a jovial mood, Migla approached tribal chief Skogurtus, suggesting that a formal declaration of her loyalty and commitment to the clan council would be a fine way of showing our appreciation. We remain unconvinced this is a politically sensible move. Ooh, I want the stability. I don't think I need the PI for anything specific. I'm not going to get the stab decision for another 5 years. Or no, another 3 years. But I'd be spending 10 stability to get that. So let me just get the 5 stability, to be completely honest. Lose loyalty on her. That's completely fine. Alright. Okay. I think we are out of the frying pan here. Hopefully not into where people go when they leave the frying pan, but we'll see. Alright. Nuria, we need to think about their truce timer. Maybe Nuria doesn't attack me now. I'm a great power now, which Nuria is not. I have more pop. Now, my Levy strength should be greater than theirs at this point. In fact, yeah, let me think about this for a minute. I've got 23. I've got 23 pops. I think I am stronger than Nuria now. I don't want to attack Nuria proactively, but I think we're fine. Let me just see. They would say no. Okay, well. Threaten war in vanilla, or in, I guess, this version of the game with all my mods is not very useful. Honestly, it just doesn't do that much. Okay, well, I think that's fine then. Let's proceed. The corruption is so frustrating. Who do I have serious corruption on? This is from a trait, I think, if it's exactly 10. Oh, no, it's from free hands. Okay, never mind. I think it's still worth it for the PI. Well, maybe I can get away without as much PI. This is such a different... I'm not used to playing a campaign like this. This is really, really different than what I'm used to. Because PI is much less important because I'm able to... I have to min-max my... Or I'm min-maxing my provinces much less. In fact, now that I say that, actually, let me do some provincial min-maxing, now that I'm thinking about it. So this should be province commerce, that's correct. Let's see here. Let me do it like this, actually. Does it show me how much money it's actually making? Of course it doesn't. Alright, sending out 1 wood. Wooden horses. Nothing sent out. That's in imports. Okay, this is sending out 4. This one I should probably... Actually, it's already on this. Okay, that's good. Good call. This one's sending out 1. This is sending out 4. It's expensive, but I think I will actually change this one, because what's its tax income? It's not that much. It's mostly from Olnish, which won't last for very long. Let me switch this one over to encourage trade. Actually, encourage trade won't... Huh? Is this right? Why is encourage trade so weak? Shouldn't this be much more province commerce? Is encourage trade nerfed in TI? It seems like it might be, actually. That's really strange. Okay, I don't know why encourage trade has been nerfed so much. It should be providing much, like... Why would you ever go... I guess you get it for the food. Okay, I guess acquisition of wealth is actually fine then, as it is, except for the extra governor wage. Don't like that so much, but it is what it is. I think also scorched earth. I guess encourage trade is good for getting rid of the governor wage debuff. How much wage is he drawing? Let's see. It's mainly my chiefs that are getting a lot of money. She's actually drawing the tiny... Look at that wage, 0.02. You You can have your extra governor wage, Saula. Yeah, I'll let you have it. That's pretty rough. Are any of my chiefs corrupt? You're corrupt because of free hands. I can do exalting with money. All right, I need to get this under control. Ooh, yikes. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Okay, I've discovered. Oh, actually, this does hurt his loyalty by 20, though. Let me impose sanctions, and then keep him on free hands. Oh, he's a pillager. I didn't notice that. Shoot. Okay, I should have realized he was a pillager. That's a mistake. That's just an actual mistake. All right. Well, how long does that last for? Prosecuted for corruption. I think it was for 20 months. Or hold on. This guy here. Oh, for 60 months. Okay. All right. Well, that's too bad. All right. All right. Let's get. Let's try to get Ulnish organized here. So, let me move. Actually, what I want to do is I want to use these Sporics to then set up. I can actually prepare for 2 migrations with the Sporic population, because I would need. Let's see. No, I would need 11 and 11, so I can set up for 1 full. Let me do it like that. Actually, let me set up for 1 full min-maxed migration with these Sporics. Because I also have a number of other Sporics around this province too. And where I want to migrate them to, I probably want to fill out Transribonia before anyone else gets in here. It does give me a border with Veltia, but I think I can probably survive that. Plus it may give me some more resources as well. Okay, let's see here. Where am I? This is such a long... Actually, I don't need to move them up there. I just need to get them migrating from around here. Okay, actually, I can set this up just in this province, I think. All right. In fact, do I do it from Ulnish? I guess I can. So in Ulnish, we have... Okay, so we actually have... This is perfect. We have our 11 Sporics right here in Ulnish, and we can just leave 1 behind. I need to move 10... Wait, no, I need to move 9 non-Sporics in here. Wait, Yeah, I need to move 9 non-Sporics in here, so I need to find 9 non-Sporics. Okay. 1, 2. Anyone else? No, not really. I need non-Sporics. Okay, so here we have a non-Sporic already. Let me move a Sporic from... Only, yeah, because I can resettle with a non-Sporic that becomes a migrator. So let me move a Sporic, wear a Sporic from Ulnish, so that's all my money. All right. Well, work on this in the background while we wait around. We're almost to 50 AE, and once that is crossed, once that threshold is crossed, I'll feel a lot safer. But we're basically just damage control mode of our conquests here. That's what we're doing this episode. Okay. Ancestral guidance. After some of the Seers went through a ritual to speak to the ancestors, our high priest, Saule Minbotaite, claims the ancestors decreed more freedom to the priests, in a massive coincidence, I'm sure. To convince the masses, several of the priests have used some of their own funds to support several large festivals across Sporia. Following this charade would probably make us more popular among our people at the expense of our control over the religious elements of our society. This feels like a hegemony event with cult influence. Okay, so, okay, I could actually get the law with no stab cost. I go into negative PI, which might be fine. I think I'm going to do this, actually. Now, in fairness, this specific law, I guess I actually am okay going through this. Oh, I also get the sacrifice interaction. I forgot about that. I don't remember what sacrifice does. I guess we can find out together here. I get popularity on Scourgridus. I get loyalty as well on her, which is nice for PI. though it's not going to be a huge difference. This also does give me... I can't get this stuff, though. I need centralization. This would allow me to get up to coin minting if I wanted to, but I kind of want to stay with this. I think this is probably a technically better law, but this is fine, and it's still like... that being said, 4% National Tribesman Happiness is actually not... Because this one actually does have a modifier. It is actually... So, 4% Tribesman Happiness is better for me than 10% Omen Power right now. But the question is, do I want to then spend 46 gold and go into bankruptcy and lose loyalty on her? 25 PI for that is probably not worth it right now. I think, all things considered, I will adopt this and go into PI debt instead of gold debt. Alright, that's fine. Now that we have some more gold, let's continue the movement. Consolidate more. So how much do I need still? I need 9 non-sporks. So I need 7 more non-sporks, which means 6 more because I've got 1 here. All right. 1, 2. That's it. So now we need 4 more. Okay. Great. 5.5k manpower max. Very nice. I think we've successfully avoided being destroyed by Nuria. I think Nuria won't attack me now, which means I can attack people when I have more AE room, which I won't for a little while. Okay, let's continue this this stuff here. And you can bring 2 more in. Let's see. That's it for here. So now we can start moving them over from Ogrenet. Let's go on speed 4. Venetia's at war with Ozia. Is it because of Veltia? It is because of Veltia. Alright. Ozia's probably going... Actually, Ozia's already being occupied. Ozia should win this war against both of them even. I guess we'll see what happens. We can bring 1 more over because it rounded down, or it didn't round down, we just didn't have that much. Alright, from... That's not the right spot. From Ogrenet, bring over you. Okay, I may also do just a partial migration. I don't know if I have enough people around here. Mainly because of the money concerns, I just may not be able to get people moved around enough soon enough. This will give me PI as well, though mostly it'll be good just to get down to Triumph. It gives me a city. Not allowed. I'll be demoting that city as soon as I get it, needless to say. Okay. The game lagged again, kind of scared me for a moment. All right, into Olnish, we send over more people from Ogrenet. We can send over 2. Okay. What do we have now? I still need... Oh, I need the Weira religion. That's right, I completely forgot about that. Ah! No. I'm so far away from having dominant Weira. Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, it didn't convert the Sporks it assimilated. I need to move over Weira Sporks. Now, I think I have Weira Sporks around here. I do. I just need to move them over. I need to basically switch them in. Okay, let's, so we're going to be, with a migration here, we'd be converting and assimilating 5. If I just had... If I just had more money, I could make this work. If I just had more money, we just have to wait. If I could get an event where I get money from someone, that would be neat. Kind of thinking of doing this, honestly. Now, I would almost... I'd normally never do something like this. But right now, I think I can justify the stability loss. And I can definitely justify this. Who's this? This is my researchers. This is a lot of money for me right now. Alright, I'm going to do it. The things I do for the tribe. Okay, now we can make this happen. Okay. This is all for the greater good, right? We're getting our conversions and assimilations done the roundabout way. Okay, what I need to do, I need to swap out, let's see here. We've got 11 sporks. I need to swap out probably maybe 3 of them. Let's see. So let me move in. Actually, I have to start. Okay, Adha has 2. Let me move in 2, and then move them out, maybe to here, I guess. I guess they can just stay here, actually. No, they can't stay there. That's right. Actually, I'll move them into Ogrenet, so I move some more people over here. So from Olnish, Heptotic Sporks, move out 2. Okay. What are we at now? Now we've got 5 Weyra, and then 4, 7, 11. Okay. We need to move over. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Okay. Actually, here's the thing. I only need more Weyra than anything else, so we need to think about it pluralistically. We've got 5 Weyra. Okay, we only need to move over 2 or 3 more, depending on whether it counts a tie as being dominant or not. Okay, that is fine. Let's move over Weyra Spork from Ogrenet, and then 1 more from Arhau. Still not dominant. 1 more Weyra Spork from there. Now it's dominant. Okay. Oh, I can do 20. I thought 19 was the max. I guess 20 is the max? It must be 20, that's the max. Okay. I'm going to do the migration now. It's going to cost more stability, but do I want to go below 25 stability? I think I kind of do, just to get this going. No time to waste. All right. We'll get up to 25 stability soon. Just please don't destroy my country. Let's read, get Olnish. Okay. I think the goal now is to get Subcarpathia. Well, hold on. Is that the goal? It would probably be good to get Subcarpathia. I could also get Vistulia by moving over people to take religious control of Vistulia. But then I need to deal with Kiscarpathia, which I'm not going to be able to deal with without a war. I could also do my original plan of going north. I think I'd rather do that just to, well, it's hard to say. This place feels fairly safe, but the north does not feel fairly safe. Let's go north. But let's actually count it out. So we're going to need 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Okay, you guys head north. The rest of you, what do I do with you? That's 5. Okay, we're gonna go ahead with you. And get control of this side of this area just so I can get the capital set up here. Okay, that is the plan. Ultimately, even though there are strategic reasons to resettle in my lands, taking new lands gives me more population overall, which is good in many circumstances. All right, we have to wait. Actually, we can do this one because it... Wait, can we make an exclave? I guess we can. Let's wait, though, until the others are in place. Okay. Let's grab this. Now we grab this. You grab this. I'm going to make this the capital. And I will fortify it, though I don't have the... Also, I'm now fully protecting this, which is good. But I don't have the money right now. And a shocking development. Perhaps getting that extra money was a little unnecessary, but we'll survive. Who needs stability in this campaign? I'm sure it'll be fine. Fortress is done. Just texting my boss. Okay. So far, so good. Alright, let's get in here before these guys get any ideas. They hired some mercs, okay. Oh my gosh. How's things going on down here? Interesting. Etruria's holding on pretty well. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Alright. We're almost below 50 AE. Alright, here we go. Actually, this is the one that it needs to. Okay, 1, 2, 2. Look at this fancy unit micro. Love to see it. Alright, and then... Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. We're still good. And then 1, 1, 1, 3. Look at that. Unit micro of the century right there. That's why they call me Micro Misadventurer, not for any other reason. Please don't consider what other reasons they may call me that. Okay, let's go ahead and settle in. Very good. I said settle, there you go. Good job. Speed 3. Yep. Get out of here. I'm gonna wait for them to leave in case there's some funny effect, but let's just let them depart my soon-to-be territory. All right, there we go. That is Transrebonia under our control. Was that Armenia buying my stuff? Okay, interesting. Okay, as for up here, where should the capital be? Well, it kind of depends on whether I want to settle on Syroxen or Bialystok as my capital over here. I kind of like the idea of Bialystok, because it's a name that I know from somewhere. Although Syroxen sounds cool when I say it like that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 once I own this stuff over here. It is on the frontier with Nuria. It's at the edge of the region. But it's in the Sporia province, which I like. It's also it's going to be quite far into my core once I actually, you know, conquer into Borsenthia. I think Bialystok is probably the better spot, which means Dobe would remain a good spot up here, which means up here, I probably would want to go for Taitu Venu, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, it looks like a good spot to me. It's forest, it's on the river, base metals, so that was annoying to lose. Is there another spot that'd be better, or that wouldn't be base metals? Glit 2 would also work. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not very good coverage, but at least it's central. Or Asveos, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eventually, and then 6, 7. It's marsh, which I guess has some defensive advantages. A marsh capital. I don't know. Forest is going to be... I think this is a better spot for the province overall. It's a bit less efficient. I mean, I lose out on base metals, but I think it's okay. I've made that call before when it's in the right, in a better spot for the shape of the province. Let's do it. Okay. Very good. And let's get to the monthly tick and take stock of things. Okay, we are nearly at 50 AE. That'll be quite nice to get cleared up. In fact, you know what? Let me push ahead and get to when I get below 50 AE, just to see if it requires a game restart to kind of fully take effect, which may be the case. We shall see. Things are looking good. Oh yeah, we're looking real good now on the army front. I think we are pretty safe. I think this was a lot of complicated micro and migration min-maxing, but at great cost to my brain power. I think we've managed to successfully kind of snowball our opening and get ourselves set up to be pretty much out of kind of the AI's invasion comfort. I don't think Nuria will attack me now. Oh, Galindia may attack me now, though. That's interesting. But we're now below 50 AE. Did it adjust automatically? Maybe not. Maybe on the tick it'll recover. But I think this is a good spot to actually end this episode. A little earlier than usual, but I don't think there's anything else I really need to do in this session here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna commit to Dobe and Tutuvenu being the capitals. That being said, these are both mine locations, so perhaps I could move both of them. For example, I could move it to Wajirski and Azveyos, which would both be good alternative spots. Although now that I'm going to settle on Bialystok, I'll give it some thought. It's just loyalty, which is up here, not that big of a deal, so I can very easily move things around again and kind of reorganize. Until I build forts, that's when I really lock it in. Like, for example, I'm pretty locked in on Fola being the capital over here, because I settled on Solitarium being the capital down here. Building the fort is really the moment where I'm committing, because then it's like a lot more expensive to change it later. But I think this is going to be a good stopping point for this episode. No wars this episode, but plenty of action and some very consequential fire extinguishing. We've managed to survive the aftermath of our conquest of Venetia, or I should say our conquest of Vistula, much of it at least. And I think we're in good shape to kind of start prepping for war again, although I want to be a little careful about that. I want to let my AE die down as best I can, but we'll see what we get up to. Either way, that's going to be it for this episode of the Sporia Campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.